Hello, everyone, and welcome to another insightful conversation. Today, I'm delighted to be joined by Miss Yulia Goncharova, a distinguished entrepreneur, investor, startup mentor, and business trainer. Thank you, Yulia, for taking time out and joining us.
Hello,
Yulia
everyone.
has hi. Yulia has dedicated more than 2 decades of her professional career to entrepreneurship, business development, innovation, startup acceleration. She currently serves as Chief Business Development Officer at Innovation Guide, a leading startup accelerator where she helps design and run acceleration programs, mentor entrepreneurs, build partnerships across the innovation ecosystem. Welcome, Yulia. And before we deep dive into the discussion, could you briefly tell us about your journey and what inspired you to work so closely with entrepreneurs and startup ecosystem? Floor is yours.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Sumiit, for having me here today. I immersed myself in the innovation field in 2015. After 16 years of entrepreneurial experience, primarily in telecommunications and systems integration, then I was offered the opportunity to head Russia's first private technology park. It was something new and exciting, and of course, I accepted. But to do so, I had to move to another city with my 2-year-old child. It was challenging, but incredibly rewarding. After 2 years of working at the tech park, I teamed up with my current partner to organize and implement acceleration programs for technology companies at the federal level. At the scale of a regional park no longer seemed large enough to me. I began receiving invitations to international technology transfer events, and we met with you at one of them. If I'm not mistaken, it was in 2018 in China.
Yes, around that time.
This allowed me to establish numerous contacts with international technology brokers, which allowed me to implement initiatives to bring Russian technology solutions to international markets. We also help foreign companies introduce their products to the Russian market. What motivates me about working with innovative products is that with my help, people around the world can now use products that make their lives better.
That's interesting. And if we touch upon like today, the global innovation landscape is changing every day. According to you, what are the most important trends that founders, investors, policymakers should be paying attention to? And especially with so much talk about the AI, how it is changing also the startup ecosystem. Please.
Thank you. Great question. Let me give you three trends that matter right now. Not hype, but hard signals. Uh, Trend number one, uh, I call it atomic precision. The next wave is AI designed proteins, advanced materials, solid state batteries, and even precision fermentation. For founders, that means that your moat is proprietary physical world data, not generic code. A piece of advice for investors is to add biochemists and physicists to your due diligence teams. And for policymakers, the next supply chain battleground is enzymes and alloys, not just semiconductors. Trend number 2 is distributed intelligence. Enterprises want send sensitive data to public LLMs. Regional AI stacks emerging. For founders, this is a signal to build vertical small model agents for local industries, supply chains, metallurgy, healthcare, not another ChatGPT. Trend number 3, resilience as a service. And this is the new premium. Not cloud backup, but real supply chain visibility, dual use deep tech, quantum drones, encryption. A piece of advice for founders is to sell a painkiller for geopolitics, inflation, and climate shocks. Finally, my startup mentor advice would be stop benchmarking against the US or China. Look at what mid-sized local companies in India or Russia struggle with today. That struggle is your whole product roadmap. Global trends are tailwinds. Local pain is your engine.
Actually, you have touched upon my next question in a way that is exactly what I wanted to ask. Like when people talk about innovation, they talk about the Silicon Valley or maybe some few hubs in West. But do you think the emerging markets can create that competitive advantage, that innovation ecosystem, and what will it take to create that hubs?
As for creating a new international hubs, I think that there's no need to copy Silicon Valley. Emerging markets already have globally competitive innovations, but they just don't get the headlines. Silicon Valley has money and brand. Emerging markets have urgency and scale. The winner of the next decade won't be the hub with the best AI lab. It will be the hub that deploys AI to feed, heal, and move a billion profit. Yeah. That's not a discount version of innovation. That's innovation on hard mode. And when you win there, you win everywhere. So yes, will happen, but only if founders stop benchmarking against Palo Alto and start benchmarking against their own grandmother's daily struggles. That's our unfair advantage.
When you talk about like entrepreneurs, what sort of a common mistakes that you are seeing when they are trying to build products for the global markets? Because ultimately, even if a startup first look towards the domestic market, they aspire to grow out and to serve the global markets. What common mistakes that you see more often?
Mistake number 1 is translating but not localizing. Startup founders think global is English plus currency converter, but it's not. It's payment methods, trust models, cash on delivery versus prepaid, cultural nuances, colors, icons, social norms, etc., and regulatory quirks. My piece of advice: high local product leads with decision-making power, not just traders. Mistake number two, over-engineering for scale they'll never reach. They build microservices, Kubernetes, and multi-regional redundancy before they have 100 paying customers. That burns cash and kills speed. My piece of advice, to build a messy but working MVP, scale infrastructure when you have traction, not before. And mistake number three is ignoring distribution until after launch. They think if we build up, they will come. In global markets, distribution is harder than product. No app store optimization will save you. My piece of advice, design your go-to-market from day one, partnerships with local telcos, agents, influencers, or offline networks. The bottom line is think global, but local first. Global is not a market, it's a patchwork of 200 very different problems. The founders who respect that patchwork win. The ones who ignore it die quietly.
Very rightly said. And as we have also seen that startups are not living or not building things in the silos. So my follow-up question to that would be why partnerships like between different ecosystems become more important than ever, given
Yes.
that you are already experiencing it. Look forward to your piece of advice, suggestions on this.
My thought is the US has breakthrough R&D and deep capital, but expensive talent. China has manufacturing scale, but geopolitical friction. Europe has regulation and sustainability expertise, but risk-averse VCs. India and Southeast Asia have massive digital adoption and low-cost engineers, but shallow late-stage funding. Latin America has natural resources and ag-tech know-how, but limited hardware infrastructure. In such a fragmented world, bridge builders, the startup that stays purely local, it at 1% of global opportunity. The one that orchestrates across time zones, currencies, and legal systems without losing cultural coherence becomes unstoppable. Partnerships aren't nice to have. They are risk mitigation and force multiplication for startups.
Absolutely. When you talk about this fragmented world and so much of resources, every country having in their command, what role that you see that governments, universities, corporations, investors can play in creating these stronger international innovation partnerships? Again, like I'm trying to see what are the catalysts and how these catalysts can play that productive and a supportive role.
Very interesting questions. Question. Governments, I think, should act as a facilitator and risk reducer. Universities can become talent bridges, not ivory towers. As for corporations, they should provide real world problems and procurement. And investors should syndicate across borders with core investment clauses. My opinion is every partnership must have clear, measurable, mutual value for all sides within 12 months. If it's abstract, it dies. If it's contractual and commercial, it survives. Start with pilots, not policy papers.
That's great. And let's talk about India and Russia. I believe both the countries are doing their best in terms of supporting that particular ecosystem that we are focusing on. But let's talk about India. As you also work in this space, like India has become one of the world's largest and fastest growing startup ecosystem. From your international perspective, what strength that you see the Indian innovation landscape has, and where it connects with Russia, and uh, so connecting Southeast Asia to Eurasia, sort of a landscape that you see?
India's number one strength is scale as a design constraint. No other ecosystem forces you to build over 800 million internet users with widely varying devices, bandwidth, languages, and literacy levels. That creates startups that are cost resilient, offline first, and voice enabled. Qualities that become global superpowers when expanding to Africa, Southeast Asia, or even rural Europe. Specific strengths I see. Number one, digital public infrastructure as a launchpad. Number two, engineering talent, accessible code. And number three, resilience and frugality baked into culture. India's weakness maybe is deep science, semiconductors, biotech, advanced materials. There's a gap between engineering and fundamental research, but that's exactly where partnerships with Russia in physics, math, and Middle East with capital may fit perfectly.
Wow. So, what sort of a piece of advice you would give to young entrepreneurs building the startups in the emerging markets today, and how they can scale at a faster speed?
My piece of advice is to build for your own neighborhood first and then export the playbook. Don't start with global in your pitch deck. Start with one hyper local, painful problem that you personally understand because you've lived it. Maybe it's vegetable vendors losing inventory data, or small clinics without reliable cold chains, or truck drivers state borders for days. The world doesn't need another Uber for X or AI for everything. It needs solutions that survive power outages. Work on $100 smartphones and earn trust in cash-based economies. If you solve that at home, the world will come to you, not the other way around. So solve local, scale global in the future.
And looking ahead to 2030, what excites you most about the future of global innovation and AI? Are we going to live in that future that we have seen in the science fiction movies? How you see the future?
What excites me most is the democratization of creation, not just consumption, but building. By 2030, I see uh, three shifts that give me real hope. Shift number one, AI as a co founder, not just a tool. Every entrepreneur in a remote village will have access to the equivalent of top tier engineering, legal, and marketing team uh, for a few dollars a month. The barrier to turning an idea to a prototype will drop to near zero. That means millions of new problem solvers from places that never had a startup culture. Shift number two, emerging markets as primary innovation labs. The West will increasingly adopt solutions from born in India, Africa, and Southeast Asia, because those ecosystems already designed for strains, low power, low rents, high trust deficits, and extreme price sensitivity. Uh, Frugal innovation will stop being a nice to have and become the global standard. And the shift number three is cross-border collaboration as the new normal. Geopolitics will remain messy, but below the political radar, I see founder works strengthening. Indian teams working with Russian physicists, European regulators with Middle Eastern capital, African distribution experts with Latin American. These horizontal connections will bypass traditional barriers and accelerate solutions to climate, health, and food security faster than any single nation could. So the bottom line is the future isn't about the Silicon Valley. It's about distributed mesh of innovations hubs, each contributing its unique DNA.
Wow. So if I have to invest and seeing the future, which sectors or technology would you suggest me or the people watching this episode conversation with you? So according to you, the clean tech, deep tech, mobility, health tech, defense, health, which sectors would be the star sectors basis this innovation, startup, AI, where should the money be put in?
In my opinion, agri-tech and climate tech are number one. Not because they are trendy, but because emerging markets live on natural resources and face their harshest climate volatility. Startups that combine satellite images, local soil data, and affordable IoT sensors to optimize water, fertilizer, and harvest timing will print money. Health tech is number two in my rating, but let's skip the shiny genomics. Real gold is last mile diagnostics. AI-powered portable ultrasound, smartphone-based retinal scans, and low-cost lab-on-a-chip for infectious diseases. Emerging markets have doctor shortages. AI doesn't. Deep tech, materials, advanced manufacturing, quantum sensing. This is an opportunity, and it really exists, but only for expert-oriented startups selling to global supply chains, because domestic markets aren't ready yet. As for mobility, I'm cautious. EV charging, the battery swapping are capital heavy, and infrastructure lags. Their real mobility play is logistics orchestration, using AI to optimize trucking, warehousing, and last mile delivery in chaotic, unorganized urban environments. This is my top of industries.
Thank you. Thanks for giving this very good roadmap about the future and technologies that we are going to see, and in which direction the startup ecosystem, AI innovation is moving. I really appreciate you. Thank you. And maybe again, in the end, if you want to say something to our audience, how they can connect with you, in case they are looking forward to tying up, or maybe having the partnership with a Russian uh, very innovative startups, how they can approach you.
Thank you for your time and for your interesting questions, for your deep questions. I share information about my work life and the technology trends I consider important on my Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn pages. And I will share the links with you. And moreover, we've got an English version of our website. I'll share the link with you too, and I'll be happy to collaborate with you and your audience.
Thank you, Yulia, for your time, and we are deeply thankful with all sincerity. Thank you for your time, and have a great day ahead. Maybe we'll be connecting soon, and through you, maybe we will have these opportunities where the more and more startups would find that opportunity that they are really looking forward to. Thank you.
Thank you, Sumiit. I really think Indian market is very interesting for Russian tech startups because I see many opportunities for them, and both for Indian tech startups, Russian market is very attractive because as I have said, Indian startups are frugal, resilient, and Indian IT developers make really good products.
Thank you. And once you will share the information, I will put that in the description box of this very interesting and very deep diving conversation. Thank you. Thanks for your time. Have a great day.
Have a great day too. One moment, I will take a screenshot and we'll make a post about our discussion on my social media.
Yes, please.
Thank you so much. And Have a nice end of the day because it's 2 hours different the difference between India and Russia, and
It's,
we
it's